Well, I'm officially kicking off our 60-day challenge party. We started this one July 1st through the 15th. Nice to have a cat. Can't have a party without a cat in the house. Hi. And the summer challenge usually does have, a little bit less participants, but nonetheless, right? It's 60 consecutive days of yoga. It takes a commitment and a complete mindset to make up your mind that you're going to do 60 consecutive days of yoga. And quite honestly, in my opinion, I think the summer can be a little bit harder. You don't have the momentum of a New Year's resolution kind of energy. And the summertime, right, is more, kids are not at school and arranging schedules could be a little bit more challenging. So with that said, congratulations, all of you guys that finished your 60 days. And I think we had maybe 80 people sign up or so, and 65. And how many finished? 22. So congratulations, everyone who tried the challenge, and 22 people that finished. And feel real fortunate for all of us to gather tonight to listen to those of you that are here, your stories about completing 60 consecutive days. So before I hand it off, the whole point of the 60-day challenge is 30 days to change your body, 60 days to change your life. That is a quote from Bikram. And many, many years ago, probably 20 to 25, I think Berkeley was the first studio, Funky Door Yoga, that did this. And it caught on to all the yoga studios, the Bikram yoga studios in particular. Why? Because it was a great way for you to build in a habit, a discipline, to create a routine to keep this yoga going in your life, right? Face it, right? Having 90 minutes, have to get ready, hydrate, make sure you've got good clothes to wear that don't smell from the day before, right? And then of course your shower and stuff afterwards. So it's a commitment. So I just want to recognize that 60 consecutive days, right, also means the 60 consecutive days of a commitment to keep this going every day. And hopefully, and as we've seen over the years, when you do 60 consecutive days, big things happen. Big things happen. Change your body, you change your life. There's perspectives that shift. So we are going to keep it going as long as we're around. BYSJ won't always be around, have it twice a year. So why don't we have Jeff? I had expressed that you come up first. Why doesn't Jeff come up first? Jeff Aragon. He completed the 60 consecutive days of yoga, and tell us a little bit about his story on completing 60 consecutive days. Yeah, come on up and sit with me. It's not scary. It's fine. Don't have to do a posture. Congratulations. So we say. Congratulations.
Like holding the mirror? Yes, okay. I guess what I would like to say is that I noticed that it by committing to that, it forced me to do things that I wouldn't have done normally. I'd say, oh, today is a nice day to skip. And it just gives an extra push to go ahead and do it anyway. And the result was eventually that for the first time in a long, long time, I was able to get both legs out for 2 sets in standing head to knee.
Wow.
Which was something that has eluded me for a long time. And so that was something that I did notice. So there was some real positive growth out of that, especially the mind games. Oh, do I do it today or do I do it not? That goes away. You just know you're going to do it that day, and so there's no discussion internally. You just realize, okay, the back door is shut. Can't escape. So you got to go out the front door.
It's not opening for 90 minutes.
So, yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting sometimes, right, when we don't have a choice, how much easier that is.
We take our choice away, yeah.
We take the choice away, or right, or the choice we make, right, where you've decided and that's it.
Yeah.
There's no negotiating about it, right?
It helps.
So, yeah. Jeff, why don't you tell everybody too how long you've been practicing, how long you've been doing this?
Well, I started in the spring of 1981, in Ashland, Oregon. And that was with a teacher named Margaret Iris, who had been teaching at Bikram's yoga school in San Francisco in the late 70s. We decided to do our own studio up in Oregon. And I happened in there thinking it was a college class, because I found out of the class through the college book. And I knocked on the door and walked into, it was a regular house.
Oh.
That surprised me. And I walked into the front living room with this blast of heat hitting me in the face.
Wow.
There was the furnace going for who knows how long, and everything's closed off, and a bunch of people standing around in their underwear. And I'm thinking, well, it's Ashland. Anything could happen there. It was a real hippie, new age place at the time. And so, you know, I didn't have anything but my underwear. So I thought I'd be in my sweats.
Yeah.
My sweats, right? That's what I had on ready. And then, of course, moved on to the swimsuit or whatever was used. But that was the first time, yeah. It was, and I felt like the cartoons where you have the cartoons, they have the old-fashioned washing machine, and you get scruffled up, and then they put you through the wringer, and you come out flat. That's what I felt like.
It was the 90 minutes.
Yeah, full.
Yeah,
it was exactly the same thing.
Wow.
Exactly the same thing.
Wow. That's amazing, Jeff. 1981, you guys, that's a long time.
Yes.
Yeah. How many challenges have you done?
Not too many, because I was a lot on and off. Maybe these 60 days, 4? 3?
Right.
Not a lot.
Right.
Work
Well,
was a
you've
lot.
been such a steady practitioner, and Jeff, you guys just came back into the yoga studio like 2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
2 or 3 days ago.
After-
After what? 2.5
pandemic.
years. Yeah.
So
You were behind me today.
the heat hit me back in the
Yeah.
face all over again.
Yeah. Was it back a memory backlash of 1981?
Kind
Well,
of.
we
Kind of.
weren't in our underwear.
No, everybody was
So,
properly attired.
different attire.
Yes. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And
Thank you for
did,
putting it on, too.
and thank you for participating.
Sure.
I don't know if you guys know online. Jeff did it online too. Angie
Oh, yeah.
and Joel, do you guys recognize Jeff in the house with you? Yes. Yeah. And Neil, right, too. So
Yeah,
yeah.
great.
Do you recognize your buddies? Those are your
Sure,
peers
sure.
right there.
I know
Yeah.
all the faces. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you very
Glad
much.
you're back in the house
Thanks.
too.
Thank you.
Yeah. I guess we can just put this down. Jeff, you need to come and get your gift. This is what we have this year, you guys. Take a look at these, right? These beautiful bags. And why don't you read what it says? Woohoo! And why don't we get a picture of you and me? Congrats, Jeff. See you tomorrow in class, right, too. All right, who would like to go next? I don't have to pick on somebody. All right, Julia Anderson. Congratulations. Yay. Thanks for being here too. This is your,
Be on the
yeah,
microphone.
you get to be on the microphone.
Awesome. Okay.
Yes.
So
yeah.
what do you want?
So,
what do you want me to say?
Julia, tell us, how long you've been practicing. Maybe is this your first challenge, and what was your journey like doing 60 days?
So I'm celebrating 20 years of practice this year.
Wow.
Thank you. Thanks. It may not have always been a 5-day-a-week practice like I have now, but it's always been a part of my life. My sister and I started at the same time, so we call each other Bikram twins. So our Bikram twin birthday is coming up. She lives in Ashland, and we practice whenever we can when we're together, along with our other sister if we can get her there. And let's see, this is the second challenge that I've completed. I did the first one at the beginning of this year. The only other challenge that I had completed in the last 20 years was a 30-day challenge. which I completed when I was going to Cynthia's studio
Yeah.
up in Mountain View.
Awesome.
Also, that was a beautiful community as well. And I feel like this time around, I learned a lot more about myself and my patience for myself, and trying to get out of my own way was, I think, a big deal for me in this one. And just really a great opportunity to focus on breathing. Like that's, for me, become this really, it's like this gem that you find,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
that it's this thing that is with you and it's there to support you and it's there
Right.
to comfort you when you're freaking out in whatever pose.
Right. Right.
So,
right. Or in life.
Exactly. So, and what was the other question you had for me? I can't remember. Like,
How long you been practicing the challenge, and just a little bit about this journey on the 60-day challenge, which you definitely did share. So this was different than the first one, the 60-day.
The first one, I went into it with I'm just going to do my best. Mm-hmm. And, I'll practice more than I had in a long time, which was also really great. And I will say that having the online option is like the perfect way to do the challenge, because I don't always have the time to come in here.
And did you do some at home?
I did.
Oh,
yeah.
You did? Yeah.
Yeah. So I even did there were a couple times I had to do doubles where I would do one practice at home and then I would come into the studio. So that was a nice way of doing it, because I had done doubles before where I just did back to back, like 4:30 class, 6:30 class. And, having that online option was really, really great. Like it made it more doable for me.
Right. Right.
So, and then for the second one, this second time around, I had originally thought, well, I don't need to do it, but why not? So, and it was just really super rewarding. I'll probably do the next one and the next one
Awesome.
and the next one.
That's great.
And so
That's
on and
great.
so forth.
That's great.
So,
Yeah.
thank you, Michelle, for
Yeah.
having such a wonderful studio. I've practiced in all 3 of the locations that you've had.
Oh,
And now I'm actually like, this is my regular studio, whereas before it might be like, my brother was living here for a while and I was living elsewhere. So when I would come to visit, I would go to the studio.
right. Because I've
Yeah.
seen you. Yeah. Right. Right.
So, yeah.
Oh, well, we love you very
Yeah,
much.
thank you so
Julia.
much.
Julia, you guys, is a chocolatier too, like a serious chocolatier. Yeah.
Not
and
just for
she
pretend.
has her own line coming out soon, right? And what's the name of it?
So the company is called Blue Canary Sweets. And the logo, of course, has a little bird. It's really cute. And it's going to be a subscription-based chocolate bar business. So, people will sign up and they'll get, chocolate bars every month delivered to their door. And I use a really great quality of chocolate. I use things like dried fruits, nuts, things like that. And some other fancy little French things that I learned when I had my patisserie and chocolate shop.
I looked at her Instagram post. You guys go in and look at it and see all this chocolate.
Yeah. So
I'm curious. Does the yoga give you any inspiration? Do you find that there's like something in the practice? Maybe not. I'm just curious if there's insights or, an invention or,
the thing that I've learned about chocolate, and I have been friends with chocolate for a long time. When I was in high school, it was my very first job was in a chocolate shop where we made things with chocolate. And so, it's been this constant friend, sometimes close by, sometimes not as close. But having my chocolate shop, I was able to spend a lot of time with chocolate every day. And, I found that it's always the boss. It tells you how it wants to be treated.
Wow.
But then I also started reflecting on it's how we like to treat each other. You learn how others want to be treated. So it's not really necessarily connected to the yoga, but it's part of that, exploring and learning and becoming friends with.
Right. Or even the context of what you're talking about, right, is very yoga-ish, right?
Yeah. So,
yeah. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm excited for your new business and what you're doing. And I'm glad you're keeping up the yoga too, because I know how busy you are. So,
yeah, but it is a lifesaver, as everyone here knows. I don't have to tell.
Yeah. And it's interesting to, hear that you learn so much about more this time about the breath, right? I mean, it's often, right, that we don't think about it because we don't necessarily have to think about it.
Exactly, because it's just there.
Right. But I love what you said. It's always there to support you, right? That's, yeah.
Yeah, so I always take that with me when I'm, your heart's pounding and you're like, okay, your breath is fine. Like, why are you freaking out?
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway.
Wisdom. All right. Congratulations, Julia. Let's get your gift. Or this will hold a lot of chocolate. And she brings it into the studio. No. Congratulations. Yeah. Thank you. Why don't we do somebody online? Yay. Angie's like, yeah, I'll go.
Okay, so I'm Angie Wells. I am in Utah now, but I've been with Bikram Yoga San Jose in several states. It's just Utah is the state du jour. I have been practicing for just over 8 years. And this is only my second challenge because from the day that I first started Bikram Yoga, I've done it every day. So to me, it always seemed a little obnoxious to join the challenge. So the first challenge I did was at the very beginning. It was a 30-day challenge and the whole thing. And so then I've all those years. And then for some reason this year I thought, I want to do this. So I talked him into it. And of course, because Murphy's Law is always into effect. Okay, I have this new job. I'm juggling schedules. The recordings helped when I couldn't make it online. But then I got COVID. Of course. Nope, I'm still doing my yoga. I can't go to work. Still gonna do my yoga. And I did. And then I'd have to take a nap afterwards. I'm vaccinated and the whole thing. So it wasn't that bad. But by golly, I did it. And it's just so funny. And I felt better. So if you get COVID, do some yoga, you're gonna feel better. But
would you call CNN and tell them that, please?
That's right. Exactly. They'll listen to me. I lived in Atlanta for a while, But anyway, so that was just kind of funny. But it was also fun watching him because he started his first yoga class was with you guys online, 2 or 3 weeks before we started?
I remember actually. Yeah. Wow.
And so it's been part of my fun has been getting to watch him, go. At first he didn't want to use a mirror. He didn't want to use a mirror. And then he goes, I really like my mirror. And now he's like if the mirror is slanted in the wrong way. See, you would need the mirror. So it's been.
What happens, Joel? You get on this and even more, you just wait 2 years from now, right? You can have your favorite clothes that you like to wear, your favorite water. You can
I can't wait to be there in the studio. We can't wait to be in San Jose to visit and to actually be there. I mean, we're going to ask for autographs from you and from Matt and from Sarah because for y'all are like on television for us every day. And so can't wait for that.
That's right. Yeah. Isn't that funny how you think about that? You guys in the 21st century, Joel, we only know you through the screen. Are you really real? Are you sure you're real? You're not AI or something.
Yeah, I'll pinch him, see?
He's real, Angie. He's real. But you guys are coming out to visit. Are you not? Are you?
We have a plan to, yeah.
Originally, we had planned for October, but our nutcracker here, I'm a dancer. I teach ballet now. It's been moved up. So I'm going to be in rehearsal all week.
Okay.
So now our plan is right after Christmas. So say the 26th.
Perfect.
Through New Year's, come out and, take class and go to your Redwoods Forest and, the whole thing. And,
we start our next 60-day challenge on January 1st. Just saying, you could.
Hey.
What now?
We're not missing a class between now and then.
Oh, that's right. Should we say that? I guess we'll spoil it. We're actually having a New Year's Eve midnight class this year. You guys are the first to know we have it. So you could do that too, right? Yeah. And Sarah Newman is teaching. It starts at 10. Yeah, it would start at 10 and you would end 10:30 and you end. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's 90 minutes. Yes. I know. We better get it straight. Otherwise, there's rumors out there. 10:30 on New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. So if you're so inclined, don't worry about it. Go out and have fun. But yes, come here anytime. Okay, we'd love to have you. So back to the challenge for a little bit. So any insights, Angie, on this one in particular? I mean, the COVID one is great. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's good for us to know, right? That, you know, if we have something that we can still do the yoga. And in fact, right, it helps us moving circulation, moving congestion, moving, you know, tight, inflamed maybe areas in the lungs, or right. It's good to not just lay in bed, but move, right? Get your immune system, right? You know, start a fever, create some heat, burn that out, right? Kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's been so exciting to be back with you guys, and not just the 60-day challenge, but the bulk of it, because that started close to when I got back online with you guys and had moved. It has been a transformative experience. Like,
yeah.
So that's how this is supposed to do it. And, you know, and I'll come away from things. And yes, of course, I've heard it because I taught in Atlanta too.
Right. Yes.
You know, I've said it, it's come out of my mouth.
Right.
But it's been totally different.
Yeah.
So if you just go into class every single time and pretend it's the first time you've ever done it, and pretend that you don't know anything. It changes everything in such a beautiful
way. You know,
way.
I love, so Angie's a teacher, and she learned this yoga, but not through Bikram, through other outfit, right? But I appreciate what you're saying, because even you saying the words, no, integrity wise, this is not, and it's not so much what we're saying, but you can tell it's doing a disservice, right? So teaching it the right way is a service. I've always thought that from the beginning, right? The right way is going to give the benefits to what each of us needs, even though we're built different, even though we have different strengths and weaknesses, even though our spine, but the delivery is going to hit Aisha right bullseye. It's going to hit you bullseye if you do it, you know, say it, know it 100% the right way, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So I appreciate you recognizing that, not only as a student, but even as a teacher too, right? So So Angie, want to scoop you up and have you here. So when you guys are here, you don't know what's going to happen to your car. You might be stuck here.
What a great place to be stuck.
I'll just say it's Murphy's Law. You're supposed to be here, right?
Closer. I was 2 time zones away. Now,
yes, right,
so,
right. Well, who knows? Who knows?
Me in. So.
Yeah. We'll have to talk to the ballet people around here. Joel, why don't you say a few things? I'd love to know your experience too. We would love to know your experience.
Oh God. Well, so I'm a yoga baby. I mean, I started my first class was June 7th, and I haven't missed a day since June 7th.
Wow.
And I'm not going to miss a day.
We're going to clapping for you.
Well, thanks. And so the 60-day challenge has just been part of this new evolution for me into this new practice. And I've always been physically active, and I've always been extremely disciplined about physical activity. But this whole marriage of the spiritual and the physical I've always tried to incorporate that, but this incorporates that in a way that is so much deeper than anything that I've experienced before. And so, I feel like I'm at the beginning of a very long journey.
Yeah.
And that's the most exciting part. And as I've heard Angie talk about her experience in other places and her experience over the last 8 years, and I listened to other people talk during, today, and then over some of the sessions that you've had in the past, recently when you had the other Zoom sort of tutorial or
the Q&A.
Yeah, the Q&A thing. It's fascinating to me to see how people develop in this, and I'm very interested personally in seeing how I develop in this. And like I say, it's interesting because I've never been someone that's participated in challenges. It's just like I'm just a creature of habit, and once it's part of my life, it's like, okay, it's locked in.
Yeah.
I mean, and so but it's been fun because Angie makes it fun with stickers and everything, and all the fun stuff and the colors and everything. And it's like, oh, this is new. I guess I can get into that. And so anytime you have a challenge, I'm sure that we'll dive in and participate because we'll be doing it anyway.
Right,
So
right.
it'll be fun. But for me, it's just such a the spiritual element of it is something that draws me in.
Yeah.
So deeply. And so I'm excited about that.
You know, it's fascinating too, right? Is all we're doing is 26 postures, 2 breathing exercises, and we're giving instructions to a body. But yet, look what you're getting, Joel, right? You're talking about the spiritual component, right? Bikram has this thing too where you ask him about self-realization, he won't talk to you about it because it's for you. It's for you to discover, right? And you're doing that and you're on the journey, and you can tell you're a sponge, Joel. I could tell when I taught you, I'm sure with Matt and Sarah and everybody too, and even in the Q&A that you're really, and what a great thing for you, Angie, too, because you want to have the eyes of someone so innocent, right?
Yes.
You know, because we get caught up too in our own habitual ways of seeing things, right? And vice versa, right? Like, yeah. Well, congratulations, Joel. Are you a dancer too?
No.
No?
She's never seen
You
me
don't get
dance
on your tippy toes and like be a ballerina?
I'm hoping that the yoga will improve that.
I remember your practice being very good. Yeah, right. You taught us first class, yeah.
Matt, I'm trying to get better from Matt when he sees me in person. That's
Good. Let that inspire you. That's awesome. Well, thank you. And we have gifts for you too. So Aisha will get your address, and you get these beautiful, these great bags. If you go to Trader Joe's, perfect for getting your food and walking out and showing everybody that you did it. Did 60. So how about if we can we take a picture?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This is
Oh,
so
she was
fun.
going to get in front of the screen.
He
Vera
did
said
it.
she declined the photo op, so.
Oh, the cat. Okay, yeah.
Vera does what Vera wants.
Yes, Vera always.
Vera, excuse me, Vera. No wonder why. She probably like, if that woman's calling me the cat, I'm out of here.
Oh my gosh. And then when Matt started talking about cats and dogs yesterday, this one just flipped out. Oh, she just, I thought she was going to hang herself on my blinds. I mean, it was just crazy.
Well, tell her I didn't mean to insult her. I just forgot her name. Bless her. I look forward to seeing her again.
She says everything is just fine. So
Okay. Angie, I didn't realize she's so funny. You got such a great sense of humor. I hope you'll stay on and listen, but thank you for sharing, both of you. We love you, and we look forward to seeing you live in person. Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. How about if we bring up Aliza in the house? Woohoo! Come. Congratulations. You look beautiful tonight, by the way. Yay! Now, I know a little bit of your story, but maybe you can share.
About what?
Yeah.
So I don't think you know that, but I started actually practicing in August 9 years ago. So this is my first challenge, but my first yoga in this studio was not in the first, it was in the first studio. I came once and I tried it and I left in the middle of the class.
Oh.
I just couldn't do it. I was overweight back then and I just didn't know what I'm coming for. I came after a big meal and I was sitting there and I couldn't breathe and I said, those people are crazy, and I just left. And but I signed up for your email letter that Chris used to write there back then and kept reading it. It was really interesting for me. So I read it for 2 years or so until I kept thinking, I need to come again. And then I saw you move to a new studio and I said, okay, I'm going to come again. And I tried it and I loved it. And
Wow.
I started, my son was going to school really here and I would drop him every morning and come here and I did that. for a few years, 5 days a week, every day during the week almost. That was great. And then I started working, and I didn't come so much, and then I came again, and I really loved it. It was my first exercise that I really stuck to with me. I'm not very coordinated, so I can do yoga and I can walk. That's the only exercise I can do. So I really love that. And then COVID came, so I did some at home, some with the tape, some other classes. And when we came back to the studio, I did the 30-day challenge because I wanted to get into the habit again. I was out of shape, and it was great. And then I'm very good with commitment. I need to know that I come every day. If not, I check every morning, do I come, do I go, do I don't go? So, and then we started a new project, and I was really busy, and then it became 3 days, and then 2 days, and then for a month or two, I didn't come. And so you started the challenge, and I say, okay, it's a lot, and I'm busy right now, but I'm going to try doing that because I have to get into the practice again. Because I also noticed that doing the yoga helps me sleep better at night. I'm not sleeping very well, and then every morning I'll come, I'm so tired, I can't go to the class. But I found out when I come to the class, I sleep better the next night. So I said, okay, you're gonna. So started coming, and it was great. I did a month, and then I went on a trip and at convention, and I couldn't do the Zoom. I thought I would do the Zoom, but it didn't work with the schedule. And then I came back, and I missed 5 classes, and then I was late for one of the classes, so I couldn't come in. And then it was like about a month and 6 doubles, and I was about to give up. And one day the two of you were there, and you said, don't give up, do that, do that. So I went home, and I did a Zoom one, another one, and then the next day was a Sunday, so I did a double, and then it was like, okay, now I have 4 weeks more, and this sounded a little bit more doable.
Yeah.
And so I did it. I kept coming, and I'm really grateful. It was really fun.
Remember, Aisha, I think we knew you had to make up doubles, and then we'd see you on Zoom. We'd be like, okay, she's doing it today.
So yeah.
Congratulations. How do you feel?
Feel good. It feels good to do it. It's not getting easy. It's still hard for me every day. And I'm, getting older, so it's just like you have to keep doing it every day, because if not, it just goes away so quickly. But I learned that I show up to the class no matter what. If I'm tired, I'm not competing with anyone. I just do the best I can every day, and it helps me relax, take the stress away, and I really love it. I hope I can continue.
Oh,
thank you.
You inspire me, Elisa. And I love what you said. It's kind of like after a period of time, right? Don't we kind of shed all these expectations and just show up, right? It's tired or not, do what I can. You're always better.
Yeah, it's not about a competition. I'm not going to be a yogi champion anymore, but it's just about moving my body and feeling good in my body.
Maintaining health, having a sense of energy, so you have quality of life. I mean, that's what it is for, right? That's why BYSJ is around, for improvement of health and then maintenance of your health, so you can have the life. We get wiser as we're older, so you might as well have a body that now is meeting your wisdom, so you can live a better life, right? So thank you for those words. That's great. You're very special, Elisa. I appreciate your loyalty to BYSJ over the years. Thank you for sharing your story. Yay. So you did your own 30-day. Did you do your own, the cards out? Oh, that's great. Yeah. That's great. That's good to know. Congratulations. Let's give you your gift. And are you still coming every day too? Awesome. Lisa. Thank you. Congratulations. Okay. Anybody else want to go next? All right. Well, then I will. How about Roger? Woo! Congratulations, Roger. I've stood next to you many times, even today.
Well, I guess, yeah.
No, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Yeah, I mean, it's been a habit for me to come here. In the last couple months, Michelle has given me the opportunity to, to work out with the pros. I mean, the more seasoned yogis, and
let me wheel that back a little bit. We have been a big part of the yoga competitions in the past. And because of COVID and several things that had gone on with USA Yoga Federation, there was just a lot of changes going on, and we've reintroduced it again. And Roger is part of the yoga athlete practice because he is competing this year. So yes,
thank you.
yeah. So it was your choice, and you're going for it. And I was talking to Sarah about it earlier. We're just so proud of you. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I love challenges, and the challenge is to do 60 days in a row. But after kind of, examining other yogis and how they practice, I realized that the challenge for me now is to understand how to execute the pose more precisely, because that actually translates to it binds me to other things that I have to do to get my body into those positions.
Great.
And
I mean, it sounds silly, but
yeah.
that's a big deal to decide that you're going to do things right. Try 100% the right way. A lot of times too, right? If we're 10 years doing a practice and we got to wheel it all the way back, that's hard, humbling. So I applaud you for that. That's great.
Yeah.
Yes. Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really humbling because, getting through the class is one deal, and then looking at yourself in the mirror from a different perspective, or even a video, it opens up a new portal, right? Because you're looking at yourself like, whoa, I look that way. So it's another way for me to reflect, coming here, every single day, looking at yourself and looking at myself in the mirror, having to, actually saying something in life, like right now, gives me an opportunity to reflect. And I think that's, that helps me understand, my relationships with myself, like why my back always pinches, or even, coming, working, diving into projects. I've been working on some concrete and stuff, trying to understand, why the result looks so ugly. And then
Right.
So it kind of translates to different other areas.
Yeah.
So I feel like I wouldn't really have the ability to recall and critically reflect, hey, why did that happen?
Yeah.
So that really helps me with my DIY projects, or just my interactions with my other people, my parents. And so I mean, it's good. I mean,
It sounds like, if I'm hearing correctly too, you're learning a little bit more levels of concentration, right? To not skipping pieces, or allowing yourself to be patient, look at an instruction, and then do that properly before you move on to the next step. It's kind of what I'm hearing with the DIY stuff.
Yeah,
right?
not to make the same mistake twice.
Yeah. Great.
But
wow.
Yeah, that type of.
That's big. That's big. You've done a lot of challenges, which is awesome, Roger. And I love that you love the yoga so much, and you're here a lot, and a great part of our community. Anything different with this challenge than any other? More of this concentration and reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just doing more as much as possible. I think the more with the challenge for me is you can do other things in your life. It doesn't just have to be the challenge. The challenge, coming to class, as I said in my last it's like magic. How refills you up, and so you don't really have to work hard to like fit it in your schedule. You can actually add stuff to your schedule to dive into projects. It might not look pretty. I mean, I can't really guarantee that. I doubt it will, but I think it'll give you the confidence to improve.
Awesome. Well, it's great to have you keep going on, Roger. Yep. So thank you very much. And let's get you your gift. You can wear it around your shoulder. Yeah. Sport it. Show everybody. Got the bag. Nice job. Thank you, Roger, so much for sharing. It's great to hear your growth. Okay, how about another person online? I think that would be you, Neil.
Okay, well, I didn't actually do Bikram every day for 60 days, but I did practice yoga every day for 60 days. I was doing a live stream 4 mornings a week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, always the first class. And then the other 3 days I was in studio doing vinyasa. So I guess technically I didn't really do a Bikram 60-day challenge.
Right.
But I did practice every day, as I have for several years. Yeah.
Neil, you have exactly what you're supposed to have, which is a committed routine every day to something. And you're a big part of this community. I appreciate that you're on supporting everybody. So it's nice to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Things are going good in your world?
Yeah.
Hopefully you get to visit here too again?
In a few months. I'm looking forward to it. Of course, you'll see me every day when I'm up there.
Good.
But for now, things are pretty busy. Things are pretty busy down here in San Diego. So,
Great.
So I can, as long as I can practice every day, it's okay.
Exactly. I was just talking to somebody tonight who hasn't been in 3 weeks. He hurt his arm and had poison oak, and it was his first class back, and he was like, my mind was going crazy. Like, he just had so much like noise and just frustration, and takes his first class back and feels great. And I often wonder too, like, what would we do without this yoga?
But with live stream, I'm still keeping up with things. I enjoyed Matt's Icelandic horse story in the 6 a.m. class yesterday. And then I saw he actually followed it up with an Icelandic horse video on Facebook today. So I enjoyed that as well. Yeah.
That's great. Matt has the best stories. And I know, right? That's the great thing about live stream too. Somebody else had emailed me saying that they're really getting to know us a lot more by the live stream and what we say. And in a complimentary way that, good. I'm so glad. Live stream is a big deal and will always be a part of us, right? Too, for you guys that are far away, and hopefully more and more people too.
Yeah. It's a great option. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Awesome, Neil. Well, I'm sure I will see you again. I'll see you again.
Yeah,
All right. So
pardon
me, who would be next? Laureen. Woohoo! It's nice to see you live. Yeah. Did you say hi to your peers? This is your online groupies. Oh, you don't see them. Okay. Congratulations. You look wonderful. How are you? It's been a long time since I've seen you live. Here you go. Sure. You think you'll be coming back to the studio?
I'd love to, but honestly, I'm working. I enjoy it. I enjoy working.
Even closer to your.
So that's what I do.
Like hold it like you're going to sing American Idol. Hold it up. There you go.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
But close to your mouth.
Anyway.
Yeah. You don't need to do it so high. Yeah.
I don't know.
So tell us about it.
It's the driving. I love it online. I heat up my room. I got my own space. The cat's there. She loves it. Otherwise I would come here, and then I love volunteering. And then, the whole system. But I've gone through a lot with this yoga 10 years.
Just you put
I
the
took
microphone
Cynthia's
next to you.
class
10 years.
this morning.
Wow.
No, she has 20, and I'm going, oh, I'm half is on.
You've been doing it 10 years?
10 years.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you guys. Lorraine, I remember when you started.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I started with my Groupon. My brother got me into this studio. And I think at the time, my older son was just starting high school. And then now he's graduated from Notre Dame. So,
Wow.
yeah,
Congratulations.
and I did the yoga all the way through. I'd always do the challenges.
Yeah.
You know, and I had my first class with Bikram, and it was on a Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how was that experience?
Awesome. It was like, oh my gosh, like in the breathing, you know, like, oh, I have muscles there. Or wherever. Yeah. Yeah, it took like about, yeah. You know, it's good when it gets you in the breathing.
Right.
And
But you got to take it, from the source right there. Yeah. Awesome.
I wish I would have came to the last 60-day challenge. I think I was physically better. My weight was down, my tan was on, but I get really
You look great. You look great. No, you look great. And so how was this challenge for you?
This
Did it every
was
day
good.
online?
I did it
Are you going to
online
continue to do it at
every
home?
day. I usually do the 4:30. Love that. Work into my schedule. I'd love to do mornings, but I like on the weekend. Yeah.
How your back
And I wanna
bends?
thank all the teachers, Sarah, awesome, and Matt, yeah, and all the others that are not here or in the future.
Yeah.
Much love
Very
to them.
committed to this community, even to the community online too, right? We recognize, even though we can't see you, we see you. We know you're in the
Yeah.
room.
I mean,
So
and then it's like worldwide. It's international.
yeah, you can do it anywhere. I mean, we have
yeah.
students that do that. I think Jazz is in South Korea sometimes, right? Wow. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, because I've done it in hotels. You can do it.
Yeah.
Just put it in your
Yeah,
phone. and
yeah.
just
Pandemic
take the
really
time
taught
to
us
set up
that.
your area.
Yeah, that it is possible anytime, anywhere.
Yeah,
So,
I
yeah.
do this.
Well, congratulations, Lorraine. I thank you for being here tonight, and we'd love to see you back in the studio. But you know what? If it's working for you, doing it at home, keep it going. Yeah.
There are things don't get the benefits, and how they do. Like in general, you think they're always talking about you.
Yeah. That's okay. You can do that
you know.
even at home
Yes.
when we're given a
This is
correction,
true.
right? That's
This-
actually good.
Because
That's
it always
wise.
applies
Yeah,
every
yeah,
little.
Yes.
And then if you already know you got that thing, then you work on it.
Yeah,
Whatever it is,
right.
hold it still there.
Right.
So there's always
right,
something to learn.
Right.
It's great. The mind, body, spirit, whole thing.
Yeah.
I've changed.
Yeah, I
like-
know, Lorraine, you've grown so much. I don't want to make little of that. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, you really have grown a lot, and I'm so glad the yoga's been instrumental as a part of your own growth.
It's like you found
Yeah.
it.
And you're going to stick with it. I
Oh,
can
yeah,
tell, right? Yeah,
forever.
forever. Yeah. Congratulations. Yes, awesome. Here is your. Yes, right? We're all going to walk in there tomorrow and have our fashion bags with us. Everyone's going to see them and they're going to go, I want one. And you're going to go, can't till you do 60 days. You can have one. Okay, how about Natalia? Woohoo! You did do it. And look at you looking all good. Yes. Yeah. You just hold it like this. Just pretend it's not even there. You look beautiful, by the way. And congratulations again. This girl, sometimes I see her at 5:30, most of the time. And then I'll turn around and go, okay, it's 4:30, 6:30 p.m. and you're here. And you're like, yeah, like chipper as can be.
Yeah, usually on summers, I like to come in the afternoon.
In the afternoon. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
especially when
Yeah.
it's the challenge.
Yeah.
and see my best friend and do yoga
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Mel, you're like me. I'm not that way either.
I know, and I keep telling her, do the challenge
5:30 is a crowd.
5:30.
Yeah, right. They got it going on though. Once you're up, it's good. Once you're up, it's good. So, how many challenges have you done?
5.
5. Congratulations.
Yeah,
And how long have you been practicing?
I think 5 years, like 2 years in the other studio, and it's been 2 years in here. Okay.
Almost 3. Almost 3. So, yeah, right? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So, tell us about this challenge. Anything unique and different, just in general, this particular challenge, or anything, regarding your growth in yoga?
Great. Every time I do a challenge, I get stronger. It helps with my mental health, which is I wanted to thank you. You did a podcast with another lady. I don't know.
Yeah, Deborah.
Yeah.
Deborah Small. You
Yeah,
good. You got a lot out
listened
of
to
that.
it, and I just crying and crying, and I just
Wow.
wanted to, appreciate.
Yeah.
I just want to hold you in that time when I
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
she was talking about grieving, and I
Yeah.
lost my mom on December 2020,
Wow.
and it was really sad
Yeah.
because she was really happy every time I start the challenge and I finish. Like she was like more excited for me
Wow.
than I was.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, it's not a big deal." And she wait for me every time. I usually come at 5:30.
Yeah.
And she wait for me. I come home and even she's taking a shower or she's doing breakfast.
Yeah.
And we just have breakfast and talking a little bit and I go to work. But it was like this every day.
Wow.
So after 2020, the studio wasn't open
Right.
yet. It was really hard for me because I didn't know what to do. So I
Right.
started walking
Yeah.
and swimming because that where I go swimming was open. But I need my yoga, and my therapist says start doing exercise, and I said I do it, but I need the yoga. So when I heard that yoga is going to be open with masks on,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
to make an appointment
Right.
because it was by appointment.
Right. That's
And
right.
I was just first time, seeing the computer or in the phone.
Right.
I wanted to come, and I think it's the best therapy. Personally, I love it more than my own therapy.
Yeah.
Coming here to yoga, for me, is like after my mom, it's really sad, but for me, it's like I'm living the present.
Yeah.
So every day I come to yoga is like a new beginning.
Yeah.
Every day, like after 5:30, and it's okay, and then I feel great.
Yeah.
It helps me more than going to therapy. I mean, therapy is good. and
Right. Right.
everything,
Right.
Because they talk in and you talk, and it helps. Your podcast
Right.
about me.
Right. I'll
It
tell you guys in a
helps me
second.
a
Yeah.
lot, but nothing like
Yeah.
doing yoga.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
It's great. Like
Yeah.
for me, it helps me. And when I, told my therapist, it's open. Very excited. And then it's without mask. And then now it's normal and everything. And he told me like a couple months ago, you're better.
Yeah.
And I said, no, it's yoga, really.
Right. Right.
I mean, it's. I love to come at 5:30 because you're fresh, and
Yeah.
it's the only schedule. It's
When you
I
start
come
your
up-
day, it's your roots for the day, right?
And
Yeah.
even though I remember my mom in every in one day I see a bird, I see a hummingbird, I see a butterfly, I see a car, I see anything. And but here is like it just release everything.
Yeah.
Really
That's a
nice.
good word.
Yeah. And I just want to say thank you to Matt, because you guys are great. You're the best teachers.
Well,
I'm not an expert. I need to practice more or something. But when you guys make a correction for us. You know, some people they don't like. Some people they kind of get upset. I love when they make corrections of me, especially when they say my name because it's okay. They, you know,
Yeah.
and
Or
it's not that I
invested
want to
in-
be perfect,
Yeah,
but
right,
every day is
right,
different.
right.
Like I said,
Yeah,
sometimes my days sometimes are blue, sometimes are
Yeah,
really great.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. You know, my therapist says you should do, you know, post the stuff, or when you're very happy, take a picture and post it and share how happy you are that day.
Yeah.
And really, like usually for me, Tuesdays are very nice days, or Fridays. So I don't know, but sometimes I'm happier than another days because I'm living one day at a time.
Right.
And
Awesome.
you know, when they correct me or something, and I say, "Oh, I'm getting better." or
Yeah,
something.
right,
So I'm just wanted to, you know, let everybody know that corrections are good for us.
Yeah.
And it's from our own good.
Yeah, I was going to say it's for your best interests, right? We're
Right,
invested in
right,
your practice, right?
right.
So for you to feel that is good.
Yeah,
And
thank you
I
so much.
just want to
Thank
add
you
to, I
so
think,
much.
you know, sometimes when we get in our head and we talk things through, and that's all well and good, but a lot of times too, right, the body's got its own trauma,
Right, right.
right? So the yoga, like you said, that word release, right, to help
Yeah.
you kind of feel a breath and at ease and connected again and not confused and all that stuff
Right,
that
and
grieving
it
can
helps
bring.
because
Yeah,
sometimes,
yeah.
you know, being sad or depressed affects your body,
It's so
and
much so.
it hurts.
Right,
Sometimes you have headache,
right,
sometimes you have pain,
right. It's real.
and you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
want to talk about it. And you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you know, for me, coming every day is release my pain,
yeah,
physical and
yeah,
emotionally, and
yeah,
it's the best.
yeah.
Like really, I want to appreciate you to open this brave place.
Well, you know, I started this yoga because of the loss of my mom. That's how the seed
See?
started. So I'm right there
Well,
with your girlfriend.
yes,
And I
yes.
feel my mom with me all the time. And you know, your mom is so happy that you're doing this, right? Natalia, you're so
Yeah, she
vibrant. You have
is,
such a
she
spark
is.
and a
Yeah.
good spirit to you. So I'm glad. Thank you for sharing that. Hopefully, anyone who's listening now online or even later, you know, that yoga is essential, right, for our
Right.
health, but also, you know, essential for our state of our minds, right? And we're going to go through loss. So
Right.
this is such a
And
tool
it's
to help.
acceptance.
It's acceptance. It's not denial. That's the whole point too, right? Because you don't want to shove it away. It's going to come out somewhere, right? So you
Yes.
want to go through all those stages with your yoga, right?
Yeah.
There's a lightness to it.
Yeah,
There's
your you know, your podcast with the I love it because she kept telling about acceptance.
yeah,
You know, my therapist says acceptance,
yeah,
and
yeah.
sometimes we just
Yeah.
no.
Well,
no,
yeah, you can't just say it. You got to
Right.
feel it, right? Yeah. It was a conversation. It's on Spotify. It's with
Yes.
Deborah Small, and I believe that she does these podcasts. If you look up her name, Deborah Small, she's also got a class on our YouTube channel, and we talked for a good hour about how yoga can help with
Grief.
anxiousness, grief,
Yeah.
just, you know, yeah. And it was a good conversation. You're not the only one. There's many people that have come up to me and said they've gotten a lot out of it, which tells me that it's something to talk about, right?
Right,
Too, that
yeah.
the yogas can help with that.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
sometimes we just don't talk. But
Right. Or we don't know where to go. How about we don't
Right.
want to go? We don't know where to go and we feel lost and weird.
Right.
You know, you don't know, you have these weird feelings about it. And yeah, I mean, the
Yeah.
yoga helps you through it in your own privacy also too,
Right,
right?
right.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
yeah.
it helps. It
Yeah.
helps just
Yeah.
to release pain and everything. It's
Yeah.
great, great. I'm so
You know, it's another
lucky
reason,
and
right?
happy.
And Chris, we had a beautiful day yesterday, right? And he knew that, right? We
Right.
celebrated, right, his life and the cycle of passing. And you know, showing up for that. That's the other thing that yoga does. It, like you're saying, you're not denying a part of yourself that's going through something. It's like you're embracing and letting it be whatever it is, whatever it's showing you that day. It's
Yes,
okay. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Well, we could
Yeah.
talk all night, Natalia.
I know. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing all that. That's important. see you in class and January 1st. Do another one. Yeah? Come on, Mel. Woo, woo, woo. Congratulations.
Hallelujah.
There you go.
Oh, okay. This is my second
Is it?
challenge. I tried to finish other one, but you know, I'm always doing something. So with my schedule so busy, my kids, I have a daycare, so it's really hard. So this one, Natalia was, let's go, let's do it. You can do it. And I was like, I don't know. You know, I'm not sure. But I was like, you know, I have to do it. I have to do it. And I tried online. It was amazing, but it was hard because I can hear in the back. I was in my room, here in the back, all the kids, some kids crying. I have helpers, but I hear the kids crying, the dog barking, and I was like trying, then I need to put attention. No, focus. And I'm like, I see my little dog get out. Oh, no. And I cannot scream, you know, like, hey, everybody, you know, watch out. So, but after the pandemic, I was so happy to come
Yeah.
here. And it was a tough beginning of the year because, you know,
Yeah.
my Natalia's mom was like my second mom.
Oh.
People, they don't know, how do you say that? They don't know us. Our friendship started in kindergarten.
Wow.
So since
Man,
kindergarten,
that's so special. Wow.
yeah, we've been together. And when
Wow.
I moved here, I told her, come on and live over here. So she moved. I moved my family here, and she moved her family here. Right?
Wow.
So,
Wow.
so
That's
we're
friendship.
always doing something. We always marry. I marry. And everything. But hey, but this year, finally, I set up my divorce. Right? It was hard. It was hard because I have to pay him a lot of money to him.
Okay.
So I keep the kids
Oh.
and I keep the house, but I had to pay,
Okay.
you know, a lot of money to him. Thankfully, life, universe, everything works
Good.
like a magic. I always believe in magic. I believe in, you know, how I don't know, but works. So this beginning of this year, it was like really tough. Natalia's mom set on my divorce. Then I had a little accident that for me was a little accident. Yeah, but I ended in the hospital 5 days. And after I get out, all my family, all my people that I know was like, you know what? I knew somebody that happened to him and he died or something. And I was like, it was something that I didn't know. And it was just a like cut because my dogs get into a fight and I tried to break the fight, so I get infected. And I didn't went to ER. It was a small cut, but I ended in the hospital 5 days.
Wow.
And then after the get out, my finger didn't get well, so I got surgery. So I noticed in that moment how important it is to continue to do exercise, to be in yoga, to do stuff. So as soon as the doctor said, you're fine to come back, I was like, I'm going to be the first one, you know, in yoga. I started yoga doing 7 years ago, but I've been on and off. But like Natalia said, yoga for me helps me a lot with depression. You know, when I started yoga, I was like 208 pounds.
Wow.
I was sad and depressed and everything. It helps me a lot. But now I'm trying to do it more often, you know. But I'm so happy that I finished the challenge. It was funny because I was like with him, how many classes do you have today? And I was like, 2, okay, let's go, let's do it. And it was something funny that I didn't know online. I was thinking I was seeing myself, right? So I was like checking me online, and he was like, "Oh, I saw you in online." I was like, "Oh my God!"
You got busted for fixing your outfit, I guess, right?
Like,
okay.
Okay. was funny. So, and
We're
thank you.
close in here. Come on. Yeah, right.
Thank you, Matt. I always gonna be so thankful to you with a triangle post, and I will always remember you in triangle post because I don't know. I see that all teachers or the people who practice more like so perfect, and I was like, my feet always slip. And one day he was talking with somebody, so I asked him to, like, what can I do that?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying hard. And he's like, you need to, like, you're a warrior and you're pushing. So I tried, okay. And oh my God, I was so excited the first time that I did. And I will always think about you in the triangle pose.
We will too now. Mel the warrior in it.
Yeah, like this. And Sarah always telling me, Sarah, hey, Mel, do this, Mel. And I'm like, don't say it in front of the class, please. Because, when you're doing yoga, you're meditating and I'm getting to my thoughts. And Sarah's like, Mel. And I'm like, damn, I was in Ireland right now in this moment. And you're Mel. I love it. I love all the
Oh
teachers.
my God, you
I
guys,
love
your
the
personalities.
studio.
Yes, Mel. You've been
The
with us a
people is
while.
amazing.
Yeah.
The vibes are amazing.
Aw,
You
yeah. Proud of you. Thank you for sharing your story. You look terrific. Your hair looks great too. You look great. And I see your guys' posts that you travel together too.
Yeah.
And I know you have fun. I can tell you have fun. Yeah. That's great.
Yes. I'm like, okay, this is the schedule, guys.
Oh, okay. She makes the
This is- yeah,
schedule.
this is the
Oh,
schedule.
that's fun.
Well, my
That's
sister,
fun.
my sister is more like the spreadsheet, and I'm like, The last minute, I don't know what to do. Okay, let's go. Are you ready? No. Let's go. But
I would want to party with you, Mel. That's for sure. Congratulations. Yeah, and I know we'll see you a lot. Let's give you your gift, and then you and Natalia can go shopping tomorrow. Yes, please. Are you going? Really? Oh, okay. Bring these. Yeah, and take a picture.
Yeah, she was telling me.
It's good for right? You can take it on the beach because it's like waterproof. Yeah. Yeah, right. Got room for me? No, that's okay. Thanks, you guys. Congratulations. It's wonderful also to hear about your friendship. It's amazing. I think Ravi, and then besides Ravi, Aisha, and is there anyone else? Why don't we have somebody smirking, or is it just me? And me, yes, and me. Thank you, Ravi. Come on up. I think we're done online, right? Sunil in the house, though. See you, buddy. Yeah, here.
But Sarah and Matt need to.
And
say-
Michael. Sorry, Michael. Michael, you go next. Okay. Let's have Robbie come up. Congratulations, Robbie.
Thank you. Yeah, this time, the third time, it should be a charm, right? When it comes to the phrase, the English.
Yeah.
But yeah, it
Third
wasn't
time's the
like
charm.
that, unfortunately. The start was a little bit slow start, I would say, like in the game of cricket, test match. First day was cloudy English weather type. Given that we had both of us COVID June 10th.
Oh,
June 10th, Friday, we got both of us hit by COVID bug. And then I had to, on the Facebook Messenger, ask somebody, like, can somebody sign up for me? Because July 1st was sign up, I think.
right.
And I was still at bed trying to do first hour of standing series from home, just to see if I can breathe 6 seconds in and 6 seconds out. And that was slowly happening.
Wow.
Um,
Because of COVID.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So the three weeks of June towards the end were very tough. So then I got my first PCR test negative, and June 6th I was here. July 6th I was here. And July 5th is when you started the 8:30 class.
Oh,
remember.
okay.
So I missed that day, but I was here the next day. And then I looked at the scorecard out there, and like my usual suspects like Roger and everybody else. They were like miles ahead of me, and I have hardly anything there on the scorecard. I'm like, okay, now that they have 8:30 class, I should do something about it. So I did some triples without you knowing it, but
Robbie, not again. Okay, not again. Seriously,
yeah,
seriously.
I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I think there was just one or two, but the good part of this whole journey has been that despite the COVID and everything around me personally, just doing this 90 minutes here and or for that matter an hour from home just gives me the freshness for the rest of the day.
Mm.
And then the good part I like is that they spot me wherever I am. The teachers are always good at spotting me. Like he would tell me, Matt, you're just holding your leg, you have to pull it up, for example. Or Sarah is like, you're doing too good is not good and such. And they're very constructive in giving feedback. Like you telling me that everybody except Ravi open the legs, and then I know what I have to do, what she meant here.
Yeah, because your triangle is wide enough, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so
Does that help you? Like, because Robbie, you started this yoga, and then
just about a year back.
right,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you've been here like every day. You are
Yeah.
just like, I mean, just so you guys know, right? Doubles is okay, and it's not necessary. Triples are not okay. It's
Right.
just too much heat,
know,
and
right.
it's
Yeah.
it's not even the act itself. It's the dehydration and the effects
Right,
even
right.
later, right?
Yeah,
So yeah.
absolutely, yes.
But I get it. But you have really, and I know that you've been a yoga practitioner for most of your life,
Yeah.
your young life too.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
you just come into BYSJ and just kind of taken this yoga by storm as your own, which is I find fascinating.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, 60-day challenge or not, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah. Otherwise, too. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
very committed. Yeah. Any particular reason or draw for that for you? Because you've done other forms of yoga. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're so into Bikram yoga, right?
Right.
Which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Is there?
No, I like I mean, I have a lot of friends who talk about cons of hot yoga, and they're like, no, you should not be in that heat. I'm like, come on, man, I'm from Bombay. This is in December. Bombay is 95 degrees, and that to my papa, who I lost last year, was like putting sweater on. But that's the point is that you come from a hot weather. It's if you do even Surya Namaskar, sun salutation for half an hour in that kind of weather, you get really good
Yeah.
burnout. I mean, you get really good exercise, and you stay fit in hot weather much better. Your muscles can move much better here than at home. I tried when you had online classes last year, the Tuesdays, Thursdays, remember? I used to attend those from my yoga room, and I used to have the heater cranked up. I would get 86, 88 degrees. That's nowhere comparable to the heat here. So yeah, I mean, I for those 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks of COVID, I definitely missed the fun. But I'm back, and
Thank you. Thank you for your kindness and being friends. I know that you've had potlucks and stuff with some of the members.
Yeah,
I think that's great. And Michelle came today. Your
Yeah,
girlfriend, right?
Yeah, she came.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part, actually, to get her from Mountain View to here is the hardest part.
Yeah. Congratulations, Robbie. It's really wonderful to have you do the challenge and a big part of the community. So yes, let me give you maybe Michelle will do one of these challenges. Hey. All right. Thank you, Robbie. I'm glad you're feeling better too. Yeah. Let's go ahead and have Michael. Michael, you're doing another 30-day challenge. So I think I've got wired wrong that he's done the 60-day challenge and he went 2 days off, I think, and then right into a 30-day challenge. So
Yeah.
Michael. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's my third or fourth challenge. I haven't really kept count, But yeah, I am in a 30-day now because I live in Monterey. So I did the 60-day challenge with BYSJ down here, and then there's another one at the studio. So I just kept going. I love practicing every day. So when I am practicing yoga, it's natural for me to go every day. But you know, if I look back on my history, I first started 20 years ago. And
Wow.
at that time, I was a marathon runner. I
Wow.
was I was at the gym at 5:30 every morning,
Wow.
3 hours working out, cross training, and somebody recommended yoga to help with the injuries I was having from running. Um, and then I stopped and then picked it up again maybe 6 years later and practiced religiously for a few years. And I was up in San Francisco and I was going to Funky Door in the Haight and loved
Wow.
and practicing in Pacifica where I lived. Um, so you know, I've been on and off a lot,
Yeah.
and including during COVID. I would last summer was I did the challenge to restart again, and I made it till about December, and then I had concerns about Omicron, so I stopped again,
Yeah.
and then I restarted with this challenge. So yeah, I have a good history of being on again, off again. It's the way I am, I guess.
But you said that to me before one time, how you loved how the challenges gave you an opportunity to restart,
yes,
right?
yes,
And I think
definitely.
you're
It's a
not alone
great way
on
to
that. Yeah.
restart for me because it, like many have said, it takes away the question, should
Yeah.
I, shouldn't I? You just do it.
Right.
And that alone makes it so much
Right.
easier. Yeah. So yeah,
How you feeling?
I
I
feel
mean, now
great.
that
I
most
mean,
of the pandemic is kind of a little bit behind us and you, because I know you really kind of laid low in the 2 years or so, but you're kicking right back in
yeah,
now.
and you know, if I looking back at the arc of my history, it's like I've always been historically, I've been a real type A person. Back when I was doing marathons and everything, I was always trying to be so perfect. And I've found as the years have gone on and I've gotten older, now I'm 60 this year, and there's more humility to the practice.
Yeah,
You know, I just
that's a great word.
I don't expect so much. I still try hard a lot of days and
Yeah,
have to remind myself to, you know, pull back a little to take care of myself. Still have, you know, a lot of pain that I'm dealing with, but yeah, it's just a real process to accept, you know, where I am and just do the best I
and
can.
love it,
Yeah.
and love it,
And
and not,
every time I restart, I feel all the more committed
yeah,
and in love with the
right,
practice.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's kind of the real treat for me is that it really just really reminds me of what it gives me each time.
yeah,
And I'm just all the more into it.
yeah. That's
So
great,
yeah,
Michael.
yeah.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
just when I look back, even though I was such a perfectionist when I first started yoga, I was one of these that would leave the room in every middle savasana. And every single time the teacher would say, Michael, don't leave. But I would, right? So it's just this odd thing where I just have always wanted to be perfect, but I've always like been really stubborn too.
Yeah.
And a lot of that has just sort of melted over the years.
Isn't that great though that you've been doing this so long that you can see your own contrast? I mean, you can
Yeah.
see your own growth.
Yeah.
Like I doubt you would do that again,
Yeah, absolutely.
right?
No,
Yeah, that's
I'm in
not
the
even
room. I'm in the room.
part of
Yeah.
yeah. That's maturity. right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, wisdom and
and
maturity.
letting go of
Too bad I
layers
didn't
of
have
what
that
we
much
should do.
wisdom so long ago, but that's the way it is.
I didn't know that you were a runner and did all those.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
what
I
was your
did.
where was your first yoga practice when they told you to
I
go
lived
do
in
yoga? Where was that?
Pacifica, and there was a hot yoga Bikram studio there.
So in
There,
Pacifica, yeah,
yeah. And then on weekends I would go up into the city for
I see.
variety,
I see.
get the real
I see.
deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my first.
Well, how many challenges now?
So I think three or
Three.
four. Yeah.
Three? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations, Michael. Michael and Aisha, they're the ones that designed this. Are you happy with it, Michael? Because you're going to get one.
Yeah. Can't wait to see it in person.
It's very nice. You did a great job. So let's take a picture. So keep your smiling face there.
Okay.
My God. Yeah. No, I won't do that. That's not nice.
Just don't pick my nose.
I know I was pointing at your teeth, Michael. Sorry. Okay, great. Those are great. So big like that. Thank you, Michael. It's great for what you shared. You know, this yoga is in our lives forever, right? And just we get to reflect on our own growth, you know, every time we come in the room and let go more and grow more in the more essential, better ways of being a human being. So, Aisha, woo woo woo! Looking all snazzy in your hat, girlfriend. Congratulations. Yeah, look beautiful.
This is, I don't know, I forgot how many, oh, sorry.
Rock star.
Right? It's over 12.
Whoa.
I am going to count. I'm going to get in there and count how many I've done, but I think it's definitely over 12.
Wow.
Yeah.
Woo, woo, woo.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I only missed one, and that's when my dog was sick. So,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Then I did 365.
Yes, that's right. That's right. That's when I was getting to know you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, so I've been practicing since the old studio.
Yeah.
First one, 2011. And I'm also a runner, so I did do marathons. And so the yoga was always for me my healing for after
I
running.
see. Uh-huh.
Like the heat helps me, the stretching, so then I started running again. I'm doing my first half marathon October 9th.
Wow.
Yeah, the San Jose
It's
Rock
coming
and
up.
Roll. Yeah, it is. So kind of, it's getting in the way of my yoga because I like practicing early in the morning. I'm the 5:30 person. So during the weekend when I'm trying to train for my running, then I miss my 6 o'clock class because I'm trying to beat the heat. So for running, but still it helps me. I work it in, so I have to give up some days.
And October 9th's not that far away.
No,
yeah.
it's not.
Yeah.
And then it'll be done.
Yeah.
So I still want to continue running, but definitely the yoga comes in first. So.
You know, Aisha does the 5:30 most every day, and she's our supervisor and runs the front and back 5:30, 9:15, and into the noon most, 5 days a week, pretty much. And I'm just curious, right? Like this yoga really has grabbed you.
Oh,
like I just feel like it's a part of you.
Few years. Even since COVID, I'm learning more. I'm learning the postures correctly. I'm listening better. I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
This challenge, I'll give you guys a secret. Matt is always in the class, and I'm aware of it because even though he's giving corrections to other people, I'm thinking, well, I'm not doing that either. And it's in the spine twist. I refuse to put my arm on behind my. I'm like, no, I'm putting it here because it helps me stand up straight. And if I do, it's going to be a mess. And he keeps saying, well, just do it. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. And then
You're hearing the truth here, Matt.
Yeah. Then finally, I talked to you and to Sarah and Matt afterwards, and I'm like, well, because if I do, then I'm a mess, and it's just a mess. And they're like, well, it's okay, let it be a mess. Then eventually,
right.
And I've noticed that my spine twist, it's still a mess, but I'm feeling more. I'm twisting more.
My God, who's stubborn here?
And you just have to do it. Just give up. Just give up that. Like even when Michael is saying about perfection.
Right.
And none of my postures are perfect. They're all a mess.
Right.
But still, there is
Right.
bigger mess than others.
Right.
And if you do
Why?
it, you know.
Why do we sometimes? Right. We
Well,
have
because
just.
I wanted to put my
But you're
hand
just
here.
an example, though, to a lot of us have this vested interest that we're going to help, Ben, we're going to
Because
stay.
I wanted to put my
Right,
hand behind
right,
here because I
right,
felt like I'm
right.
standing up more straight. But it wasn't doing anything. I wasn't twisting. It
Right,
wasn't
right. You were just,
doing that,
there's
you
no
know.
twist. Right.
And sometimes I cannot hold my knee when I put my arm in there, but so I wanted to hold my knee. It was more important for me to hold my knee.
She is a mess.
than to do
But
that.
something in you, I'm just kind of digging in a little bit because there's something pretty serious here
Yeah.
that you decided to let go. You decided to open up into a different perspective.
Yeah.
You decided to make a choice and remember, these translate into, the yoga is a means to an end, right? It's not the yoga itself. It's what did it just, it opened you up into something instead of being so narrow,
Yeah.
right? Thinking this.
Well, it's all about also when I hear Sarah, it's about, doing it correctly. And that
But why would you do it correctly?
Because then you'll see the change.
Right.
And you'll feel, then you're actually.
You sound like a
doing the yoga.
teacher right now.
Right. Because you keep doing it the same. It was like insanity.
Right.
Doing
It's
the same,
expecting a different result. Yeah.
Doing it, So I'm like, okay, well, let me.
I feel like she's teaching. Did you feel the difference in that? She's already
No, but even because I felt the changes. Because before they're saying, well, that muscle, tighten your, and I'm like, well, nothing is happening. I'm doing it, but nothing is happening. And then one day it does. You're like, it's there. That's what they're talking about.
Right. We laugh, but we're laughing because we all get it. We all do it. We all understand it.
Because sometimes I'm like, well, he's like, push your foot down. I'm like, I am, but it's not. Nothing is happening. I don't feel that much.
Yeah, that's why the clinics, you guys, are really good because you will have, 2 hours, right, of these drills, and we, Matt and Sarah in particular, break down these drills where you'll take something that was a small piece and now it's become the pie itself. And you'll feel something that you haven't felt before, or you didn't get your mind connected to it.
And we're so lucky. You just have to ask questions, like with all of our teachers,
all the
but especially I
teachers,
see
right.
the 3 of you the most because I'm here.
Yeah.
And you just ask questions, and you'll get a well of knowledge, directions, and specific to you.
Yeah.
Specific to your body, because sometimes like, well, my body doesn't do that, so so I'm just not gonna do it, but it will get there. Because I remember one of my very first corrections from the old studio, I didn't even know that you were the owner.
Yeah.
And I couldn't in both lower both.
Yeah.
And I could not hold my feet. And you said, well, just do one at a time.
Yeah.
So there is
Right.
It's not modifications, but there is ways
Unraveling
to get there.
Yeah.
You're not, like somebody asked me because I was saying that my left side started hurting after I started running. It started getting stiff and hurting. They're like, so you're modifying the postures? And I'm like, no, don't ever say that in front of Sarah or Matt or Michelle. I'm not modifying the postures. I'm just doing them to the best of my ability at that
Where's
moment.
your baseline where you can start?
But you're still
It's
trying to do them
the right way.
correctly. You're not modifying them.
Right.
You're not changing them.
Right.
So.
Right. You're so amazing, Aisha. Once she gets onto something too, she sells it to everybody, of which she did me. So tell everybody your
this challenge, because I've done so many challenges, I like to challenge myself beyond the challenge. And so I did all 48 orange spots again. I did all the time that we offer, all the times during the different times that we practice. And I did all the teachers, and it was so hard to do the 8:30 since we added the 8:30 on Tuesday and Thursday, so I did one of them. And then the next day, it was really hard to wake up
Yeah,
and
oh
do
my
the
gosh.
5, come be here at 4:45. And then I couldn't get Cynthia, keeps on changing. I'm like, what?
You're like, don't change your
Yeah,
schedule.
don't change
Yeah.
your schedule. So like I had a perfect, I'm gonna do the noon and I'm gonna get Cynthia and I'm gonna get both of them. And then something happens where she had, of course, I'm just kidding about, stuff happened. And then it was math teaching. I'm like, but I already had math. So I gave up. I even said to Michelle, and I said, you know what? It's okay. It was one teacher that I missed. So I'm not gonna get her. Well, I was running. I had to run a long run that day. And then I realized, you know what? I can be home. She's teaching the class, and I'm going to do a live stream, and I'm going to get her part of the challenge.
And
so
she
I
did.
So I did, yeah. So there is ways if you want to do it, if you're passionate about it, if you want to, So it was just my own challenge. Thank you.
You're amazing, Aisha. You're amazing. So I guess you can stay right up here. Just to show, this is the map of the Matt markers that Matt put together. Say that 6 times fast, right? Did you, yeah, somebody, did you guys get that? What I meant? Matt Newman did this diagram of all the Matts in the room. Yeah, yeah, and it was essential for myself, and Aisha used it so that, because Aisha got me to do this challenge to go to every spot in the room. So Julia, you asked for this, right? So it is on our website. I don't know exactly where it is on the website. Michael, you can tell us. You tell us where it is on the
I
website.
believe, if you go to the 60-day challenge webpage, you'll see it. It should be right there.
So Michael handles our marketing, by the way. So we should clap for him. He does all our monitors, all our mailings. It's amazing. But if you would like to challenge yourself, and the way that Julia expressed it to me, it's like it's not necessarily a 60-day challenge, but maybe you do it in the year, right? Just create a map for yourself and do all 48 spots. But Aisha got me to do it this time. So I'll go into my challenge. And at first it was fun. The 5th day in, it wasn't so fun anymore. I'm a front row girl, and I like the front row. Right? Yeah, exactly. Matt, I made it. I made up my mind that I would do most of these towards the end. I was like, Michelle, I put it off. But you know what? If you read my blog, I've done all of the challenges that we've ever had, except one, which is after a dancing season that I couldn't walk. I was so sore, and I knew I just needed to stop everything, and just rest. So that was a challenge time, and I didn't do it then. But every other one I had done. And I've always been in the habit of being in pretty much the same spot. So this was an excellent challenge for me. And it made the challenge, quite honestly, a little bit more relatable to those of you that don't do the practice as often as I do, because I do it every day. Because I had to use some very different skills, and come in the room, find a spot that was available, and my peripheral vision was different. The smells around me were different. The views in front of me were very different. And it altered my practice, right? It made me, I don't have to hold this up, but it made me anchor myself, and I describe it this way, that I really felt like I realized that the yoga practice is really just my own. Like the yoga practice is just your own. Like I didn't have my usual things to rely on, so I really had to rely on just me, right? Like I have a funny story. When I went to go do standing head to knee, I know in the front row, right, the point from the mirror to the floor to when I can get my head on my knee. Well, if I'm in the fourth or third row, put my head on the knee and go down, all of a sudden I've got all of this like ocean of space, and I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of dizzy, you know, like I was relying on my normal atmosphere to bring my head on my knee. So, you know, I mean, I know it's a small thing, but it's a big thing. It's a big thing. And I enjoyed it. I really did. I mean, I'm kidding. It was more challenging than I thought it was, but I enjoyed it a lot. I liked having the challenge of what kind of a practice it was going to be, because it was always a mystery. Am I going to be able to see, not see? I could feel more. You know, each posture had a different internal landscape, right, each time. And two things. One thing I really am grateful for is every single spot in this room, and I shared this with Matt, you can really see yourself. It was, if you really do line up correctly, you can see yourself. Every single spot in this room too, I felt great heat. It was, the myth of all of whichever spot is hotter is not. I do admit the ones that are directly underneath the fan, you still sweat, but it tends to evaporate just a little quicker. So there was one particular day that I felt a little drier, but that's so small that would not stop me from going to this spot. And I want to keep, that second thing is I want to keep the habit going. I still want to go back to the front row, but I still think it's in my higher self best interest. Do you know what I mean by that? Even though I may not like it, to move in a different spot. I think that's, you know, the unfamiliar territory, and to have aha moments that are different are big. Yeah. Did you have a question? Oh, yeah. Yeah. In the old studio, that happened a lot because we didn't have the map markers and we had a huge room, and people had good etiquette that way. But that's also too why these are built in, right? Like if you really do center yourselves, you can see. And you know what is weird? I think it's kind of magical, because you might start a class where you're here and you're like, I can't see myself. But do you guys find like all of a sudden you can see yourself? I find that so bizarre. Every class I've taken, maybe somebody's in front of me, and all of a sudden, like I'm the only one in the room. Right? It's like really bizarre. Yeah. Yeah, never have I once. And then you're right, Robbie, too. I feel like it was also an experiment in recognizing the energy that we take in and give off is huge. It is, and it made me realize too what we are with each other in the room, but what we are with each other in the world, right? How we're being affects the people around you all the time, whether it's in the grocery store or in the room. And I noticed that more moving around than staying in one spot. Like Roger and I, we're next to each other, we're used to each other, but when you're in a different environment, and sometimes I'd come in the room, I'd come in late and people were already set up, and they'd look at me and go, oh my God, you're next to me, I'm moving, right? Like they got all nervous. Like, I can't do anything for you anyway. I got it. You know, it's so funny how we get, right? Like, but I could tell, right, too, that, okay, we're going to help each other, right? You know, for some reason they were nervous about it, which is sweet and also not needed, not worth that energy. But it told me something, right? Like, wow, we are affected by each other, right, too. So it was a great experiment, but she did all the other ones, and I'm not going to do the other ones that she did. So let's take yeah. I encourage you guys to do that. This is a wise one to do. This is a good one to do. Oh, yeah.
But this time I looked around and it was challenging. I had to remember if I didn't mark it.
Yeah. No. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's the other thing. And we should take a picture and then just go. But you guys, this was the first time in all my years of doing the 60-day challenge that every day I got up, picked up my mat, and put my star up on the. I have always waited to put stars up or I'd forget. This was the year every day I put. Not that that's a big thing, but. Congratulations to me and Aisha, right? Woohoo! Put your, sport it, girlfriend. Thank you, Shirley, for. Okay, wow, you guys, another one in the books. Oh yeah, see how you can wrap them up and put them in the little pouch in the corner? Isn't that cute? You guys, thank you so much for sharing. These are always just so full of the point of why we exist in the first place. Jose, thank you for being here. Do you guys know Jose? He's our gentleman that takes care of the yoga studio. Thank you for being here, Jose. But these are always remarkable, these parties, because as all the teachers, and I'm sorry that more of them couldn't be here, but they love you guys so much. But to hear these stories is really the testimony to the yoga and to why BYSJ continues to grow and is inspired by what you guys have to say. So that's it. Till we meet again. All right, you guys. Lovely seeing you in your homes. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Sunil, for being here. Love you, Joel. Great, Neil. There you are, Matt. Thank you, Matt. Oh, a group picture. Okay, yep, let's do that. Oh, yeah, stay there, you guys. We're going to do a group picture against the wall. Thank you, Aisha, for reminding me. So whoever is in the lobby, can you come on in? Who was that? You got, I'll get my. And you'll get their addresses. Sure, I will sit in between you guys. Oh no, you sit next to your gal pal. I'll go over here. No, you go in. I'll be the anchor. I'll be the anchor. Here, I'm gonna put it on like a bib for Ravi. That's hilarious. You should do that at one of your potlucks. You should just do that, Ravi. That's really funny. I might do it. Thank you, Shirley. It is a good bib, right? It is a good bib. Okay, I'm going to take this off and sign off to you guys online. Did you see what we did? We put him on like a bib. It is kind of nice, yeah. Bye. Goodbye. Love you guys.